You would have to be insane to convert a 4-door Nova into a 2-door. It's a terrible idea. So here's how we're going to do it. Now the first thing I did was take the trim off, and now we're going to take the windshield out. This is a 4-door windshield. I'm hoping it'll come out without breaking, because these things are hard to find, and because they're taller than a 2-door. So hopefully somebody can have this one. They'll have to come get it because I'm not shipping it. But I'll keep it around as long as it doesn't break coming out until somebody wants to come get it, or I buy a 4-door that needs one. Now I've got my little windshield cutting tool. Gonna go around the edge of this the best we can, and most of it's already loose. You can see it's moving a bunch. And I'm gonna kind of pull this tool down the edge of it to get all the old butyl loose. There we go. Ah, crap, I cracked it. Man. You see the way the edges of it are starting to delaminate a little bit. So, it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't cracked. Alright, so we got the windshield out, and the roof channel doesn't look, windshield channel of the roof doesn't look too bad. Down here at the bottom, most of it looks pretty solid. These edges might be the worst part, and until I get it cleaned up, they actually look pretty solid. Kind of hard to tell. Most times when you get one where everything else is rusty, the dash is gone, and it's pretty bad right here, but I'm not sure if it'll actually have a bunch of holes in it. But what I'm planning on doing with this car, I don't think that's going to be too big of a deal, and if it is, I'll just put a new dash panel in. So now, time to get the interior out and start cutting. Alright, I'm going to take a break for a minute and get a fresh mask on, because there's all kind of nasty under the back seat. Got the front seat out, and I got to get the back seat, the top of the back seat out. But first, I'm going to shovel all this stuff out and be very careful doing it. Alright, so I got the back seat out, and now I've got to take my interior trim out, my panels that go here on the other side, the seal plates. I'm gonna go ahead and take the doors off, at least the back doors, get them out of my way, and yeah, then the sail panels, all this stuff. And if you need some trim for a 4-door, you can have it, but you got to come get it. I'm not shipping anything. There, now it's a 2-door. I'm just kidding. All right, we're getting somewhere now. Ah, don't do this to me. This piece doesn't have a screw, you just slide up on it and it comes off. Alright, now we've got to get the back glass out, the trim off, and most of this is rusted out real bad anywhere around the windshield channel. But we're going to get this rear trim has screws in it all on the back. Hopefully they'll come out. If not, I'll have to do something, because if you can't get those out, you generally tear the trim up, because you can drill them out without tearing the trim up, and that's kind of hard to do. But we're going to try to get all the trim off and get the back glass out. I'm also going to check and see if this back glass is the same as a 2-door. I know it's at a different angle, but it might be the same glass, just at a different angle. We're going to check that and figure it out. Alright, So all the little screws came out, and believe it or not, just really easy, no issues at all. Now that might have to do with the fact that they're really short, so they don't get much grip. The metal behind them was rusty, and they are stainless steel screws, because they weren't rusty at all, and everything else is. So I'm gonna try to, yeah, that's deck filler's completely gone. Like gone. There we go. And that comes apart like that. And now I'm going to save this trim and compare it to two-door trim and see if the trim's different. I know the front trim is different, and the back trim may also be different. And the back glass is not as fragile as the front, so if I can just close the trunk lid, I can get this back glass out of here without any problems. How to do it. Wow, it's a lot of rust. All right, so now you can see why this four-door was in bad condition. It's not going to be any better condition as a two-door either, but it'll be a two-door, kind of. All right, here goes our first cut of this four-door to two-door conversion, and there's no going back after this. But looking at the rust on the back of this, there was no going forward with it either, so here we go. I'm going to try to make this, and I'm cutting at the bottom of where this tang is for the roof section, because I know that's up above where it should be for the other one. Hopefully I won't have to adjust that any. I'm going to try to make it as straight as I can of a cut. We'll see. It's a goner. Now to the other side, I'm going to cut it at exactly the same spot, I hope. And ideally I will have to trim some of this before I put my two-door top on here. So I'm giving myself a little room to trim. Alright, we're through on that side. Yeah, that'll be all right. Out. I just lack an inch. All right, it's loose. All right, I don't know how I'm going to remove this thing. I'm by myself, but I'm going to move this stuff out from behind it. Now, what I'm going to try to do is pick it up, slide it back, flip it over. I don't know what this is going to do. So. It's a little heavier than I thought. A little bit. I guess I need to go ahead and take the deck lid off real quick, and then I'll have more room to maneuver it. Alright, I don't know how I'm going to get this thing. Maybe I should call for some help, but it's not my style. There we go. Well, that's pretty good until it falls on me. I'm just going to flip it back, and it shouldn't miss the door, and hopefully it'll fall outside. There we go. All right, now we have a two-door roadster, I guess. missing a little bit. Wasn't so bad. I'm gonna regret this. All right, we got just a little bit of 4-door left on this 2-door body. And I'm gonna cut this B-pillar down here at the bottom, and then I'll use a little finesse and drill out some spot welds or grind them out or something to get rid of the, to get it off of the rocker without hurting the rocker. But first we're gonna cut across here and make most of it disappear. That's why women live longer than men, right there. Alright, so here's what we got. We've got a 2-door roaster or something. I don't know. We got a mess, that's what we got. We got a bad idea added to a worst idea. Worse idea, not worst. Grammar, public school, whatever. Alright, so I've got to get the rest of the B-pillars off so that my rockers are clean and ready for a 2-door conversion. I've got to get at least this much of from here this way of my outer quarter off, because from here back is the same as a 2-door. Now the inner quarter, this whole section right here, is different somewhere in there. I'm not sure where it changes. I know the top of it is different, but I'm not sure where down here it changes, because the wheelhouse and the package tray are the same, so some of this may be the same at the bottom. I'm not sure where I'm gonna splice everything in yet. I'm not positive how that's gonna work out. This thing needs floor pans, all 4 foot wells anyway. The whole pan may be okay as far as overall. I might be able to clean it up and just change the foot wells like I did in Franken Nova and the Budget Nova. The package tray looks okay. The deck filler is gone. The trunk is gone. The tail panel's gone. That quarter over there is bashed in. You can see all the big dents right here, and it's been fixed on this side. But there may be enough there to splice in a quarter long ways. If I'm going to hack this thing together, I might as well hack it right, or completely hack it. I'm not sure. Anyway, hopefully I can cut my A-pillars on my 2-door front clip that I got to go pick up, that's in storage. Hopefully I can cut those to where it sets down on this nice and easy, and I've took some measurements going across, plus I've got 2-door cars to take measurements from, so I should be able to get this really close to where it's going to be okay. And I'm not sure what style I'm going to build this car in yet. I mean, we know it's going to be a 2-door, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do more to it. I'm not going to sink a lot of money into this car. Not anything that I can't take off and put on another car. So this thing is a pile, and I don't really want to sink a bunch of money into sheet metal and all that. So the way I hacked this thing together to make a 2-door might make some of you cringe. Probably not any more than the 4-door guys cringing for me cutting this thing apart, but and also a lot of one guy, okay, one person, not a lot of people, one person asked me. I put a poll on my channel asking, hey, who wants to see me cut this thing up? And like 65% said no, but only like 100 and something people actually took the poll. And then also 85% of my views come from non-subscribers, not subscribers. So to those of you who think I'm betraying you, I'm sorry, but we're making this a 2-door. Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel please. If you want to see more of this kind of hackery, I'm your guy. We'll see you next time.